everyone, I'm Larry Levin, President of Trading Advantage, and welcome to the next YouTube video. Today I want to talk a little bit about, some people out there are talking about the market getting a little toppy, right? The market is on pretty much the highs of the last 18 months or so, trading near 1120, 1125. We trade up to 1125 today on Thursday. Today is March 4th. Tomorrow we have the unemployment report on Friday, March 5th. I think that actually will make the markets pull back a little bit, regardless if the number is good or not. I think we'll see a little bit of a pullback back to maybe 1110, 1100, decent support in those levels or at those levels in the S&Ps. But the one thing I think is important, what I want to share with you guys here today, is about this idea that the market's getting a little toppy. In normal circumstances, without government intervention, without a whole bunch of things that normally aren't involved in the market, I would agree that the market's getting toppy. And how do we think that? What makes me, look at a market and say it's getting toppy, it's going to get near the top and then come back down? It's when a market gets that volume choked off. I've talked about this in some other videos and on television before. As a market moves higher, eventually, not always, but eventually, what usually happens is the market kind of runs out of gas, right? The buyers keep buying, pushing the market higher and higher. Eventually, the market runs out of buyers and that volume slows down a little bit, and the market goes back and falls down the other way. Well, we really haven't seen that, have we? Really, in about 18 months, even a little bit longer, closer to 2 years, we've really seen a market that has trended basically straight up, right? Since basically the end of 2008. So really not 2 years, but really about maybe 15, 16 months or so, we've really kind of seen a market, like I said, trend higher, but on low volume, on very little volume, not a pickup. Usually down here, when you look at these markets, you're looking at a market, when it makes a move on big volume, it's something you can trust. When it makes it on small volume, it's usually that volume will get choked off and the market will return to where it was. Well, really haven't seen a return to the market's dropping quite a bit, right? Like I said, 1125 is where we're trading in the S&P, heading near 1140, 1145. That's really the highs of the last year or so. And it wouldn't surprise me if we get above there. And if we get above there on low volume, it'll be another kind of mysterious situation that's not what traders down here are used to, but it is really what we're watching over the last year or so. Government intervention and, and probably even some other things that we don't even know about are causing this market to go higher because the economy's not good. Unemployment's bad. This isn't unprecedented either. I want you guys to think about it, do a little bit of history, and take a look at right after the 1929 crash. The market basically went up for about 4 straight years while unemployment and the economy continued to get worse. Kind of feels like what we're going through right now. So I want you to think long and hard about what's going on. I know a lot of people want to think that just because the economy is bad and unemployment continues to get worse, that the market's going to go down. I don't really believe so. I believe that the government's doing everything they can to prop it up, and they're doing a pretty good job because the market is pretty much propped up. So stick with the trend, trade with the trend, don't worry about what the fundamentals are because, to be honest, we really can't trust the fundamentals, and trade technically. Trade the way that I do, the way that I teach my students here at Trading Advantage. Trade technically, and you'll have a lot better chance to be successful if you ask me. So that's all for today. I don't think the market's getting a little toppy. I think the trend is up, and it's probably going to keep going up regardless of what our economy is doing, regardless of how many people don't have jobs. But it is something to pay close attention to. Thanks a lot. I'm Larry Levin.